Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Stacy, and if you are like me, you are frustrated with belly fat, and I am on a mission to lose this stubborn belly fat, and I am going to share the entire journey with you. So in this video, I am going to just give you a brief overview of what is my plan. Like, how am I going to do this? What is my plan for Project Lose Belly Fat? I'm just going to give you an overview of everything that I am going to do. And then after this video, I plan on doing weekly vlogs where I am going to show you what I'm eating. I'm going to show you my workouts, show you what I'm drinking, show you the entire journey, because I know there are a lot of you out there who are just as frustrated with this whole belly fat problem, just as frustrated as I am. And so I'm going to share all of it with you. So I understand the frustration because there are hundreds of people out there telling us thousands of things that we should do or we should not do. Things we should do, we shouldn't do, things to avoid, things to try. It makes your head just spin. It just makes your head spin. It makes my head spin. And so I decided to do my own research, which I have been doing a lot of over the last few weeks. I'm doing lots of research about what are the absolute best recommendations, best methods to lose belly fat. And so after all this research, I put together a plan, and I'm ready to implement everything that I've learned. So stick around to the end of this video, and I will give you like an overview of everything that I learned in my research, things you should eat, things you should avoid, supplements to try, all the things that I've learned to help with losing belly fat. So stick around to the end, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what my game plan is. So before I explain what my plan is, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my own journey and where I am right now. So I started my own journey with health and fitness in 2015. I had gotten to my all-time heaviest weight. I was very miserable, unhappy in my own body, didn't want to leave the house. I was embarrassed in my clothes. I just did not feel good. And it was at that point where I decided that I needed to make some changes. And I did. I made lots of changes, made lots of progress, lost weight, lost inches, changed my body composition. I was feeling really good. And then last year, something happened to where everything kind of changed. And I will say that I am quickly approaching 50. And so for all you ladies out there, I feel you. Like, I feel your frustration. As we get older, things get a little bit more difficult. It's a little more challenging for us to maintain our goals and reach our goals. And our hormones are going crazy, and things are hurting that didn't used to hurt. And it's just, I know for myself, I suffer with back pain, and that didn't start until just a couple of years ago. But anyway, last year, I developed some very, very large fibroids, fibroids on my uterus, which is very common for women. Many, many women have them. It's just an overgrowth of the tissues of the uterus. And a lot of women have them and don't even know that they have them. You don't know you have them until they get so big that they start causing problems. And that's what happened for me. So in a matter of just a few months, I went from having a very flat belly to having a very, very large belly. And it was all because of these massive fibroids that were inside of me. And so I ended up having surgery at the end of the year. Actually, this month, it was a year ago this month that I had my surgery. And so when they cut your belly open and they take things out and they do all this stuff, it kind of leaves things a little deformed, leaves things a little not like they were before. And so I have been just struggling to get myself back to where I was before. Um, I'm happy with everything except for my belly. So I'm trying anything and everything I can to get my belly back to where it was before all of this happened. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna pause for a minute and just show you some pictures that shows you 2015 when I first started this journey at my heaviest weight, and then progressing through to where I was last year, and then progressing, showing you how my body changed, and then right before surgery, and then now where I am as of this week. And so let me just pause and I'll show you those pictures. All right. So as you saw in those pictures, my body has gone through a lot of changes, and so where I am right now is I am really happy with my body overall. I just am so frustrated with my stubborn belly, and so that is my focus right now. And so I'm not going to lie, this is going to be really hard for me. This is going to be very, very challenging because I am really needing to change a lot of things about what I am doing. And so, you know what? It's not easy. We all know that losing weight, losing fat, changing our bodies, changing our habits, it's not easy. So it's really, I think the number one most important thing when you're trying to make any kind of lifestyle change is your mindset. And I talk about this a lot. You've heard me talk about this in other videos. I talk about this in my online support community. I talk about this all the time, that number one most important thing when it comes to changing your lifestyle and making healthy changes is your mindset. Because if you don't want to do it, Hmm, you're probably not going to be able to do it because your mind is so strong when it comes to, making changes. And when things get really, really hard, if you haven't figured out your why do you want to do this and really commit to it, when things get tough, then you're just going to give up. And so you have to figure out why you want to do it and make up your mind, decide, commit, and just get your mind all wrapped around this thing. And I feel like that is where I am right now. I've just kind of been on a roller coaster for a while, and I don't know what it was, but like I suddenly just had this. It's like I flipped a switch and I was like, it's time. It is time to stop messing around, and it is time to get serious about my goals and just make this happen. And I think part of it is because my husband and I are planning a big, awesome vacation next year. And so I don't know. It's just I'm not saying that it's all about the way you look, and I don't want to give that impression. Um, I do want to be able to wear a swimsuit and be comfortable on vacation, but it is about so much more than that, obviously. It's not really just about, losing weight and looking good. It's about being healthy. It's about not carrying around the excess fat that is not good for your body. So that's ultimately, the goal behind it. And it's not really necessarily about losing weight either, because Again, I have talked about this a lot too in other places and other videos in my support group, that it's really about body composition. What you want to do is you want to lose fat, but you don't want to lose muscle. You want to lose fat, maybe gain muscle. It's about changing your body. It is about losing fat, gaining muscle. And that means that sometimes when you step on the scale, you might not see much of a difference. So, I mean, it's pretty common if you start exercising, if you start lifting weights, if you're challenging your muscles and you're gaining muscle mass, and maybe you're losing fat, but the number on the scale might not be changing. That can kind of mess with your mind a little bit too, because if you're getting on the scale and you're not seeing it change, you get frustrated and you want to give up. But that is why I always tell everyone, take before photos. You have to take before photos, because a photo is going to tell you so much more than what the scale is going to tell you. So do your measurements, do your pictures. You don't have to show them to anybody, but you're going to want to have them, because, that's the best way to see that your body has changed. So I will say that I have a scale that is, it's like a body composition scale. And I do have a link to it saved in my links. I'll post all of my links down below. But I do have a scale that actually does a lot more than just check your weight. It checks your weight, it checks your body fat percentage, it checks your lean muscle mass. It checks like all these things. So it's telling you more than just the weight, because there's so much more to it than that. So that's kind of your first thing, is to get your mind right, decide this is what you want to do. And that's what I had to do. I had to decide, okay, this is going to be hard. I know this is going to be hard. It's going to challenge me. It is going to challenge me in ways that I have not challenged myself in a very long time. But I'm in this. I am determined that I'm going to stick with this. And I don't know how many weeks it's going to be. I don't. I'm not chasing a number on the scale. I'm not really chasing anything other than I just want to see my body change. And I want to actually see the inches melt away on my belly. And so that's kind of my goal. And this may be an ongoing project for a while. It might be a few weeks. It might be a few months. I don't know. We'll take it week by week, because I really have no idea what to expect. Okay, so we talked about the first most important thing, and that's the mindset. That's just making up your mind that you got to do this, and just like I talked about, knowing that stepping on the scale might cause issues. So you need to figure out, are you going to weigh yourself every day? Are you going to weigh yourself once a week? Are you not going to weigh yourself until, I don't know, a few months from now? For me, I used to weigh myself every day, and it did kind of mess with my head a little bit and made me a little frustrated, even though I know that body composition is also a thing. So I have decided that I'm only going to weigh myself once a week. It's going to be every Friday morning, going into the weekend, after having a really good solid week and being really good. Friday morning is my weigh-in day. I feel like that is a good day to do my weigh-in day. And I'm not going to let it mess with my head. And if it starts to mess with my head, if I'm not seeing the results that I want to see, then I'm going to stop weighing myself, and I'm just going to go by how I feel. I mean, sorry, I cut myself off there. I think that's important to just, as you go through the project, you have to adapt. And so that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to start this, strong, and then see how things go. If I need to change things, I will. So the next most important thing when it comes to fat loss is what you eat. So, there is a lot of controversy about this topic. There are a lot of people with a lot of opinions, and I feel like you got to figure out what works for you. obviously. But there are a lot of people that say that calories don't matter. There are a lot of people that say that calories do matter. There are a lot of people with a lot of different opinions. And so this is my opinion. And I don't know if this is right. I'm not an expert, but this is just my observation. I think that if you are eating to heal your body, so if you have, hormone problems, or you have, inflammatory issues, things that you're trying to heal by getting rid of inflammatory foods and just focusing on, healthy foods, I don't necessarily think that calories are a factor. I think you just eat the good foods, eat the real whole foods, eat the foods your body needs, and try to heal your body. So in that sense, I do agree that calories don't matter if your goal is just healing your body. However, I do believe that calories matter if your goal is fat loss. I try not to say weight loss because, you can lose muscle mass and you can lose weight from losing muscle mass. So we don't want you to do that. So I try not to say lose weight. I try to say lose fat. But I do believe that if your goal is fat loss, that I think the calories do matter. I do. It's an energy thing. If you are consuming a lot more energy than your body is using, then your body is going to need to store that energy because it's not using it. So I do believe that calories matter. So the first thing that I realized that I need to do is I need to decrease my calories. And I am going to tell you, this is going to be the most challenging part for me because on average, my daily calorie intake for, I don't know, probably the last few years has been in the range of 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. And I have maintained my weight. By eating that. I'm not, gaining a bunch of weight. I'm not losing a bunch of weight. I'm just kind of maintaining. I might fluctuate 5 or 10 pounds here or there, but it basically, I'm always around the same range. So I can eat a lot. I'm a hungry person and I can eat a lot and I love to eat. So that's going to be the hardest part for me is, just figuring out how I'm going to get through the day with less calories, because I do believe that that is an important factor. So I'm not going to tell you how many calories I am going to be eating because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole with people because I feel like, people want to know the numbers, and I'm tracking my numbers. I always track my numbers, but I'm not going to share that part. But I am just going to tell you that I am putting myself into a very significant calorie deficit so that I can speed up the progress of fat loss. And so how do I do that? So a lot of people ask, how do you do this? How do you figure it out? How do you track it? So I use an app. I keep things pretty simple. So there are 2 apps that I love. I love Carb Manager. I love MyFitnessPal. So I think that when you are first starting out on keto, so if you're new here and you don't know, I follow a keto diet, and it's a very meat-based keto diet. So the Carb Manager app is amazing. It's a free app. They have a paid version, but you don't need it. If you're following keto, then Carb Manager is the best. You plug in all of your information, you put in all your numbers, your age, your height, your weight, your goals, all that stuff, and it'll tell you what your calorie goal is based on all of your information and your activity level. It'll tell you that, and then you can set it to keto macros. It'll tell you, the 5%, the 20 to 25%, 70 to 75%. It'll tell you what your calorie goal would be for your goals, and then it breaks down for you what your macro goals should be for the day. So that's what I do. However, I have transitioned to using MyFitnessPal. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I just I don't know, there have been times where I don't know, I've just found things in my fitness pal that I have liked more than Carb Manager. So what I did was I went into my Carb Manager app. I figured out I figured out what would be my calorie goal if I didn't exercise at all. Like if I was just sitting around doing nothing all day, every day, what would be my calorie goal if I wanted to lose weight? And so Carb Manager gave me that number. So that is the calorie goal that I am going with for each day. So then I went into my Fitness Pal because that's the one I've been using the most. And I plugged that number into my Fitness Pal. And then I adjusted the macros based on keto percentage macros, which basically is 5% carbs, 20 to 25% protein, kind of in that range, and then 70 to 75% fat. So it just all has to add up to 100%. So you're just breaking down, once you figure out your calorie goal, you're just breaking that down into what your macros should be. And so then the next thing that I do in my Fitness Pal is I adjust the settings so that if I exercise, it increases my calories for the day. So that way, if I'm not doing much all day, then I just stay within my calorie goal. And then if I exercise, it's kind of like I've earned some extra calories that I can have for the day. So that's the strategy that I am following for my calorie and macro goals. And then I will say that I am doing what I'm calling a refeed day on Saturdays. So on Saturdays, I am significantly increasing the amount of calories that I'm going to have because I'm doing such a significant deficit throughout the week with my calories that on Saturdays I am increasing that. Now, this is a very controversial thing that I'm going to tell you, and a lot of you are not going to agree with it, but this is just another thing that I've been researching, and so I want to try it. I just want to see what happens if I try this for a while. So keto cycling. I'm not talking about carb cycling. So carb cycling is different than keto cycling. Carb cycling is like you are eating way more carbs than you normally would for keto. You might have like a day of low carb, a day of medium carbs, a day of high carbs, and then switch it again. And even on the low carb days with carb cycling, it's not even really that low. I mean, it doesn't even like drop you low enough to, be considered keto. So, for me, what I'm doing, I'm calling it keto cycling, and I'm doing my strict keto meal plan every day of the week, except on Saturday. On Saturday, I am switching it and I am doing so like when you're eating keto, you are low carb, high fat because carbs and fats are your two energy sources. So you don't need both for energy. So when I'm eating low carb, I'm eating high fat for the energy. So on Saturday, when I'm doing a carb day, I am then doing low fat, high carb. And then Sunday, jumping right back into keto for the week. So I don't know if this is going to be beneficial, but I'm going to try it. So there are some, experts out there that talk about this, and there are even some doctors out there that talk about this. And it is called metabolic flexibility, and it's just challenging your body to, you're not doing the same thing every single day. It's not the same thing day after day after day, which is what I've been doing for a long time. I've been basically eating keto since 2019. I do switch things up a little bit between, like my macros, my fat and my protein macros, and then just what I'm eating in general. But for the most part, it's been a basically meat-based ketovore eating plan. And I do kind of the same things all the time. I love meat and eggs. I eat a lot of meat and eggs. So it's just a way to challenge my body and just kind of, I guess, keep it guessing and changing. So I don't know if this is going to make a difference, but I'm going to try it because I've been reading, oh my gosh, I've been reading articles, I've been reading books, I've been listening to books, I've been watching videos, I've been listening to podcasts. I have been doing all the research, everything about, losing belly fat. And so I'm going to give it a try. What have I got to lose, right? And plus, then I get to enjoy some carbs on the weekend. Now, I will say that that doesn't mean I'm going to go crazy on sugar, because I will not do that. I will not do that to my body. What it means is I might eat some potatoes. I might eat some rice. Potatoes and rice are kind of my go-to things that, if I'm going to have carbs, that's what I want to have. I don't know. We'll just play around with it, but I still have to stay within my calorie goal. So it's not, I'm going to go eat 5,000 calories worth of carbs on a Saturday. That's not the goal. The goal is just to, stay in my calorie goal, but then just flip things around a little bit. So my goal is to drink around 80 ounces of water a day, at least. And then obviously I'll be drinking my electrolytes, which, I've been doing that for a really long time too. I usually have probably 2 or 3 servings of electrolyte drinks every day. I'll put a link down below to what my favorite ones are, but that's always a huge part of my day. That kind of covers the nutrition part. I mean, I'm not really I am making drastic changes. I am making huge drastic changes in the sense that I'm implementing a significant calorie deficit. And, I just want to be clear about something. So, a lot of people talk about undereating, and it's not good to undereat and all of that stuff. You need to nourish your body. And I just want to be clear about something, that I have been feeding my body very well for a long time. I've been eating around 2,000 calories a day for a very long time. So it's not that I have been starving my body. It is just that it's time to put it in a deficit. So I feel like putting my body into a significant deficit at this point is going to be one of the most effective ways for me to burn off that extra fat on my body. So that's where I'm at with that. Please don't think that I am like promoting starving, starving yourself, because that's not it. I have spent the last few years fueling and feeding my body. So it is time. It is time for this. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is the third most important part, and that would be exercise. I'm not saying that exercise is not important, but I don't think it's as important as the nutrition. I think what you're eating is more important, because you've heard the saying, you can't out exercise a bad diet. And I believe that is true. So, however, I do think that exercise is an important part. So I'm a big fan of weightlifting. I'm a big fan of strength training, challenging your muscles. When you're building muscle, it's, helping your body burn more energy, and you're building muscle. So you're having stronger muscles, stronger bones, stronger body overall. However, I have some struggles. As I mentioned before, I have I have some issues with very, very bad back pain, and it just started a couple years ago. It ends up I have some arthritis in my spine, and there are days that I can barely get my body out of bed. And so it's been challenging. Some days are worse than others, but most of the time I do have to modify my workouts. I just have to listen to my body and just do what I can. And so that has been very frustrating, very, very frustrating. But I'm not letting it keep me from exercising because there's always something I can do. On my really, really bad days, then I just walk. It's you just have to listen to your body. So I have been doing workouts at home since 2015. So I have an online workout library that I follow. It's kind of like Netflix, but it's for workouts. Instead of streaming movies, you're streaming workouts. And so my account has hundreds, maybe thousands of different workouts that you can do at home from anywhere. You can access it on your phone, so you can do it on the go. You can work out in a hotel room, you can work out at home, wherever you want to do it. So it's pretty awesome. And one of the things I love about the online library is there it's any kind of workout you could want. They've got dance, they've got weightlifting, they've got kickboxing, they've got boxing, MMA, cardio. I mean, they've got everything. They've got anything and everything. They've got yoga, they've got Pilates. And even recently, they have added some cycling workouts. And so it's kind of like doing a spinning class, but you're at home doing it, which is awesome. So there are a lot of different options. And so that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for a really long time. I do have to modify the workouts at times, but I do what I can. So I picked a program that's a 4-week program, and then it has 6 workouts a week, and then you get 1 rest day. I always take my rest day on Fridays. It doesn't matter what the workout calendar says. I always adjust it to make my rest day on Fridays because I just like to have a rest day on Fridays. And so whatever program you pick, there's a calendar that you can print, and it tells you exactly what workouts to do each day. So the one that I picked is a program that is specifically for your abs and your butt. So I figured, since I'm focused on losing belly fat, it made sense that I should choose a program that's going to focus on my abs. So that's the program that I'm kicking things off with. So I'm excited. I haven't ever tried it before. So we'll see how that goes. If you're interested in joining me and you want to try one of these programs, there will be a link down below that'll have my, all of the information for how to get to the workout library. And I will just share this website with you. This is my website. And if you go here, you can find anything and everything. So you can find, like, under all of my favorite things, there is a link that goes to my favorite exercise stuff. And so it has access to my online workout library, or if you just want to do a day pass to try it out, it's got like different, exercise equipment and stuff that I like. And then in that same section, I have links to all my favorite workout clothes, my supplements, like anything and everything you can find on my website. So that is where you want to go. But I will put that down below too. The other thing that I love about the workout library is you can choose how long of workouts you want to do. And so for me, it has to be 30 minutes or less. Any more than that, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just not. They have workouts that are 40, 45, 50, 60 minutes long. Those are too long for me. So great thing about the library is you can sort through the different workout programs and find one that is, if you want a program that's, less than 30 minutes a day, then you can sort it to that. So that's what I did. So I am doing workouts 6 days a week. I'll have 1 rest day. The workouts are all 30 minutes. And then after I get done with my workout, then I have a goal to sit in our infrared sauna for 30 minutes a day. Most days, there might be some days, depends on how I'm doing for time with my busy day. But for the most part, my goal is that I will work out for 30 minutes and then I will sit in the infrared sauna for 30 minutes. And it's nothing fancy. It is a sauna that we got on Amazon. I will have a link down below. It's on my website under my my Amazon favorite stuff. Um, I'll put the link down below, but it is nothing fancy, but I mean, it's awesome. And it feels so great to just relax in there. So that is my goal for my exercise plan. I'm going to be doing the workouts and then I'm going to sit in the sauna. So that kind of leads me into the part that I talked about at the beginning of the video, where I did all the research and found all the information, all the things that are recommended to help with losing belly fat. And so for exercise, as far as exercise goes, there is a lot of emphasis on strength training. But there's also, recommendations for cardio too. So, I would say if you only have a limited amount of time each week to exercise, make it be strength training exercises. But I also think it's important to incorporate a little bit of cardio too. As much as I don't like cardio, I am trying to, make myself incorporate it a little bit. And so I imagine that if I have days where my back pain is really, really bothering me and I can't tolerate the strength workouts, then I'll probably end up doing cardio. But my priority is strength training and weightlifting. So that's kind of the recommendations for, if you want to lose belly fat, you got to exercise and you need to incorporate strength training, weightlifting 2 or 3 times a week, and then cardio, wherever you can fit that into. So that's the recommendations for exercise. And I also just want to mention that these are not my recommendations because I am not an expert in nutrition. I'm not an expert in fitness or exercise. I'm a nurse, but that does not make me an expert in any of those things. So the recommendations I'm talking about are not my recommendations. They are things that I have learned in my research, listening to, doctors that are focused on this type of stuff and just other experts that, have put their recommendations out there. So I'm just telling you what I've learned. These are not recommendations coming from me at all. The next thing that has been recommended, which I don't think this is going to surprise anyone, you need to prioritize sleep. Your body needs to rest. You need to rest and recover. And there are a lot of things that happen in your body when you're sleeping. And so you need sleep. So I think it's, recommended for the average adult. I mean, you want to get like maybe around 7 hours of sleep. That's kind of where my goal is. I try to at least get 7 hours of sleep every night. I've been trying to do that for a long time, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it's important to prioritize sleep. And then also stress management. Decrease stress the most that you can. I know that seems impossible because life is stressful. Our days are stressful. Work, family, life in general, there's just stress in everything. I think that the important thing is just learning how to deal with the stress. Now, as far as the recommendations for food, I actually wrote these down because there's kind of a bit of a long list, but I don't think it's anything that's going to be surprising. So one of the things that's very much recommended is having a calorie deficit. And you want to track your food, your drinks, like track everything so that you know that you are within your calorie goals. And so, I mean, that's what I do generally anyway. So that's the first thing. The next thing is intermittent fasting. And so if you've been following me for a while, you know this, but I hate fasting. I mean, I hate it. The most I can do is maybe 16 hours intermittent fasting. Sometimes that's a real challenge for me because I don't like to be hungry. So I'm going to try to do intermittent fasting 16 hours. That's all I'm going to commit to. And I don't even know if I'm going to commit to that because I just don't enjoy it. I know some people love to fast for days and days and days, and that is not me. Um, Even the protein sparing modified fast, I don't even like to do that because that means like for the whole day, even though I'm eating, it's like no, almost no calories. I mean, it's just, it's not enough for me. So, generally anything with fasting, I just don't enjoy it. But that is one of the things that's recommended to help to lose belly fat. So I'm going to try it. I'm gonna, eat my dinner, stop eating after dinner, fast through the evening, fast through the night while I'm sleeping, fast through breakfast, and then break my fast for lunch. That's my goal. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not, I am not a fan. Um, okay, and then the other recommendation is high protein. I mean, protein is the most important macronutrient there is. I mean, your body needs protein. So that is not surprising. And if you eat plenty of protein, then it helps to keep you full longer. And it just has, all this good stuff that your body needs. So I'm not surprised by that. It's just recommended to eat high protein. And then this is not a surprise. No sugar. Like no sugar. Sugar is bad. And so, I mean, I don't eat sugar anyway. I haven't really eaten sugar in years since I, went keto. So, and then low carbs. Low carbs is recommended, which again, I mean, that's fine for me. Um, However, I am doing the keto cycling, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, overall, the majority of my days are going to be very, very low carb days, and then just have that one carb day a week. And then it's also recommended to include fiber. So I kind of have a little issue with that because I don't tolerate vegetables. I don't really eat vegetables. I love vegetables, but they don't agree with me. So I have IBS. I have lots of weird stuff. And I love, like, I can't even think of a single vegetable that I don't love. I love them all. And I wish that I could eat them all the time. But I can't. So, really, when you're following a keto lifestyle, vegetables would be where you would get, your fiber. And so, I don't really get a lot of fiber, but I do usually once a day, I do add a scoop of fiber to one of my drinks. And it's not even very much, but I don't know. I'm not going to really be able to follow that. So, that's the one thing I won't be able to do. And then the last thing under the food section is to incorporate fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. That is supposed to help you lose belly fat. So, which is fine because I've kind of been doing that anyway. I've been trying to incorporate that more. I don't like sardines, but I do like anchovies. I have found that I do like anchovies and I like mackerel. So I tend to do pretty well with those if I mix a can of one of those in with a can of tuna and kind of make like a tuna salad out of it. So I'm going to be trying that to incorporate at least 2 to 3 servings a week of fatty fish. So that was the last thing really that I found. That was really the last thing that I found as far as food recommendations, like specifically what you should eat, what you should avoid. So, I don't know. It's none of that is really very surprising. And it kind of falls, right in line with a keto lifestyle. Okay, last thing that I'm going to talk about that I found in my research when I was trying to figure out ways to help lose belly fat, I did find some supplements that are supposed to be helpful. And now don't be alarmed, these are not super expensive supplements. They're not. I mean, they're not like the, crazy diet pills that it's not like a magic pill that you can take this and the weight falls off and all that stuff. It's not like that. I don't believe in that. You have to put in the work. You have to do the work and, you have to eat right. You have to exercise. You can't just sit around, do nothing, eat junk all day, and then take a pill and it's going to make you lose weight. I mean, first of all, that wouldn't be healthy and it's just not realistic. So You have to put in the work. You have to eat healthy. You have to do some exercise. And then these supplements are things, they're just that. It's just to supplement what you're already doing. So these are things that I've already actually started using these things. So it hasn't been really that long, but I was just, eager to try to add them. The first thing, which I've been taking this for years, is a probiotic. So um, I have been taking probiotics for a very long time just because I have IBS and all of my digestive stuff. So that's nothing new. That's not anything new. But the other thing that is on the list of supplements is green tea, which that probably doesn't surprise a lot of you. There's a lot of talk out there about green tea and how great it is for you. And I don't know that it really matters whether or not you're, drinking the green tea or if you're doing capsules or what, but I don't really like to drink green tea. So I actually found some capsules, and I will share a link with my supplements down below. I actually found this on Amazon. So I have the link to the ones I'm using down below, but they're just green tea capsules. And so I just add that to my daily supplements that I take every day. And then the next thing is turmeric, which, turmeric is said to have, lots and lots of health benefits. So I guess I'm not really that surprised that that is included in this list of supplements. And then the last thing, which I don't know why this surprised me, but it did kind of surprise me a little bit, is capsaicin, which would be cayenne pepper. And honestly, it does make sense. It does make sense that cayenne pepper would kind of rev up your metabolism a little bit and help you, you know, like start a fire because it's so hot. It does make sense that adding cayenne pepper would, help you burn more fat, because when I think of cayenne pepper, I think of fire. So, so what I did was I found some capsules that are cayenne pepper capsules. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit worried about this when I read this and I decided I was going to try this. I was worried about it because I have IBS, I have reflux, I have lots of stomach issues. I have like erosion in my stomach and esophagus from years of taking ibuprofen because of migraine headaches and all the things I used to have going on, which I don't have migraine headaches anymore since I went keto and got rid of all of the sugar and all that garbage. But so I have like a lot of stomach GI issues. And I was really, really nervous about taking a pill that has cayenne pepper in it because I thought, oh my God, what is this going to do to my stomach? Like, I thought it would, not agree with me, but it has not caused me any problems. Granted, you have to take them with food. It is recommended that all of these, that you take them with food. So I have not had any issues. I haven't had any problems with taking. I've been taking these supplements for, I want to say like maybe a few weeks now, maybe a month. I don't know. I started taking them a while ago when I started reading about this stuff. So it hasn't been bothering me. So I'm going to keep taking it. I don't know if it's helping. I don't know if it's doing anything, but I don't know if it will do anything, but this is just an experiment. I am just, trying these things just to see what happens. I do believe that the most important thing that I'm doing is the calorie restriction, despite what, so many other people say. That is what I'm following. So, okay. So I think I covered everything. That's my plan. And I don't know for how many weeks. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I am implementing all of these changes this week. And that's, I don't know, I guess we'll go week by week and see what kind of progress there is. If there's no progress, if I need to change anything, maybe I might need to adjust some of the the factors that I that I have implemented. I'm just going to see how it goes and take it week by week. But my plan is that I'm going to do a daily vlog. I am going to share everything that I eat, everything that I drink. I'm going to share my workouts. I'm going to share all of that stuff with you, like going forward. And I think I'm just going to do a weekly vlog. So, like every day, I'm going to vlog what I'm doing, and then I'm just going to put it all together in one weekly video. So probably like I don't know, I'm guessing like maybe every Sunday, I'll probably release the vlog for that week. So that's my plan. It might change. I don't know. But if you are interested in how this project goes, and if you want to, see how it's working, and if you want to see what I'm eating and see what my workouts are and see what my progress is looking like, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and I'm really committing to sharing a vlog every week of, how things are going. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to need to change things or what, but we're going to see how it goes. So, like I said, I'm going to just share a few links here for you. So, again, this is my website, and I'm going to put this down below, but this, you can find links to all of my favorite stuff here. You can find links to everything here. And I think that's probably the only one that I want to share. Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. And I'm going to let you know how week 1 goes. Once I get through it, it's probably going to be a week. I'll probably be a week behind with my videos, because I'll do, week 1, and then at the end of week 1, I'm going to have to put all of the daily vlogs together into one big video for the week, and then I'll share that. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoy this. If you want to join me, feel free to join me. I would love to know how things are going. And yeah, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and I will talk to you next week.